Hey everyone, Connie Royal here, and I've got some news for you before you check out this video. So on June 8th, I will be hosting the 12-hour long summer mega stream. What this will be is 12 hours straight of gaming. It will be all kinds of different games. We will be playing stuff like Cards Against Humanity, Hearthstone, um, uh, just anything you can think of that I have. Plants vs. Zombies, Skullgirls, Card Hunter, Brawlhalla, all this kind of stuff we will be playing. It'll once again be from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. on Friday, June 8th. And what I am really wanting to bring up here is donations. So, if you want to say in a future reaction that I will put on this channel, you can donate to the channel. To do so, all you need to do is to donate either to my PayPal directly or by friending me on Steam and donating a game from my wish list. Once you donate, all of that will go towards the mega stream and future live streams in general. Any games you donate will be done for stream unless for some reason they can't be. And all money you donate on PayPal will go towards getting games for the streams or other stuff for the streams and stuff. It'll all be used for the channel, let's put it that way. And to donate, you can donate any amount you want, any amount you can possibly do, and it needs to be done before Friday, June 8th. Once you donate, you can also tell me directly, like, what you want me to react to. It can be a movie, a series, a fan work, and I will get to it in the future. It just not necessarily positive on exactly when. But that's all I wanted to tell you guys about, so please enjoy the video. Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction of the Ancient Magus Bride. This is episodes 10 and 11. So yeah, it's been quite a while since we reacted to this show. As you know, I was taking a break from it for a while to catch up on some other stuff and just get around to some other things in general. Well, now I wanted to get back to it, and this is the first time back for the new schedule as well, because we're starting to do this, we're starting to do a scheduled run again. For those who are watching this who might not know, I did do a schedule on my old channel before it was terminated, and I ended up stopping doing it because I wanted to have a more free form, just go with the flow, loosey-goosey, all of those words. Just a kind of like free upload schedule. Nothing, well, not a schedule really. That was the kind of the point. I just wanted to upload whenever I got to stuff and whenever felt right. But lately I've been just having some trouble with that. It's been causing a lot of issues to where I've not really been getting to certain shows like Dofus, and for the past few weeks I've been saying I was going to get back to this show, and I just haven't yet. So I think we have very few shows we're currently reacting to, so I think we're going to be fine for a schedule as long as I don't try to bring in other stuff. So Mondays are Dofus. Wednesdays are Steins Gate Zero, which is pretty much just how that's going. So that's a currently airing thing. Fridays are Ancient Magus Bride, and Saturdays are still going to be My Hero and MLP. And any of this might be moved like a day back or something in case like anything happens to where I'm going to be doing something. You know the drill. But so yeah, we are back with Ancient Magus Bride, and I'm trying to remember what happened last time. It's been quite a while. I really don't know. Let me see if I can bring it up real quick. I really don't remember where I left off. If I'm being completely honest, I do not remember. It's been that long. Geez, I can't even find the thumbnail. Or the playlist, rather. Okay, so the last one I did was episodes 8 and 9. And that was on April 4th. So it's been about 2 months. What were the episodes about, though? I don't remember. And the thumbnail and everything, it only gives me a bare minimum idea. Okay, so they were "Let Sleeping Dogs Lie, and none so deaf as those who will not hear." Okay, so "Let Sleeping Dogs Lie" was the last episode in the in that little mini arc centering around what's his name? Ruth. The dog who, well, yeah, the dog who's now acting as a familiar for Chise. So that was all about finishing that up, destroying the chimera that was in that, the creepy little alchemist dude. And then episode 9, that was the one, let's see. Yeah, that's the one where Elias locked himself in his room and was kind of hiding out because of the after effects of going into his, like, giant form and everything. And Chise and Ruth went and ended up meeting this like vampiric fairy. Yeah, she was like kind of feeding off of this old dude who didn't really know she was there, but kind of did. It was actually really sweet and touching of an episode, considering all things, because it was very clear that she did have a thing for him. Even though she denied it, it was very clear she did. Yeah, it's just... Okay, so that's where we left off. Almost a slice of lifey kind of thing, with that last one, but I don't know. It might and very well could come back in some way. So yeah. I do not know where these next 2 episodes are going to lead us. I think there was something about going back to see the dragons, if I'm remembering correctly. I might be completely wrong on that. Let me close this down, by the way. But yeah, I don't know for sure. And that's going to start playing. Stop. And I think there was something mentioned about that, but yeah, I don't remember. It's been a couple months, and I've had a lot of stuff on my mind. Especially with the mega stream next week. Which, by the way, means there will, unless I can get it recorded ahead of time, there will not be Ancient Magus Bride reactions next week, just because I'll be live streaming all day on Friday, so hopefully I'll be able to get it recorded ahead of time, but no promises. Ugh, excuse me. Trying really hard not to hiccup because I don't know where that's coming from. Oh boy. Anyways, enough rambling. So yeah, we're just gonna find out what we've got with these episodes and get back into the swing of things. Hopefully we can keep on to this schedule. Hopefully it's not too much to handle, and I hope you guys enjoy. Also, before we begin, one more note. I am considering very strongly starting a poll system, sort of like how other reactors like Rarity Dash, Blind Wave, and Semblance of Sanity do. Except, unlike Blind Wave and Semblance of Sanity, my polls will not be hidden behind a paywall, because I personally don't believe in that. Basically, the idea is, like, when I'm close to finishing, like, let's say Ancient Magus Bride, I'll put up a poll asking you guys what you would like to see me react to next during that slot, which will be the Friday slot. And I'll have a few options up, and whichever one gets the most votes, yeah, it's as simple as that. I'll probably share it around Facebook and Twitter and stuff as well, just because we don't have a lot of viewers and stuff here currently, for obvious reason, because of the new channel and everything, but so I'll probably share it around in a few different places too, just to share it around and hopefully get a couple more votes in. So yeah, let's get into this. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the links to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episodes. So that being said, thank you so much for tuning in today, and I'll see you at the reaction. Okay, and we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Yeah, glad to be back, and what a couple episodes to come back to. So we learn a little bit about both Elias and Lindell's backstory in the first episode here. And the second one has basically Chise, well, continues from the first, of course, with the backstory, but also has Chise starting to carve out her wand and even using a water mirror magic, which apparently allows her to communicate via water, which is pretty interesting. That would be a fun thing to use. We also got a little bit of a concert from Lindell, who apparently can sing. um, I don't know if Todd Habercorn can sing, but I don't know. I just feel like using the Japanese voice, the Japanese singing, is a little immersion breaking to me. Some people might prefer it that way, to have the original Japanese singing instead of trying to have like Todd or someone who's just not as good try to sing the song in a way that just doesn't live up to the original. But for me, it just breaks the immersion. When you're watching this in the dub, when you're watching this in English, you're hearing all of the characters speak in English. And even right beforehand, you hear Lindell say, "Oh, I'm going to sing in English." And then he starts singing, and it's in Japanese, and it's a completely different voice, noticeably so. It's just a bit immersion breaking in my eyes. It takes you out of the moment. And don't get me wrong, the song was beautiful. It was gorgeous. But honestly, it just felt a little off because of that. The backstory with Elias and Lindell, let's talk about that. So Lindell was a bit of a wanderer. He just traveled around following the reindeer, kind of just acting as a nomad, not really doing much of anything constructive, I guess you could say. It seemed like he had a penchant for helping others if he just happened to be in the area, though. We saw that after Elias came into his care, of course, but even beforehand, I think he definitely seemed like the kind of guy who would do that. But just in general, he was very nomadic. So we see that Elias apparently, he just, like, kind of woke up in the middle of the forest with no memory of who or what he is, or pretty much anything. So he just started walking. Nothing else to really do, right? And eventually he just walked until he was exhausted and collapsed. Basically right after fighting well, not really fighting the wolves. He didn't really fight them from what we saw. It's more like they attacked him, but he just kept trying to go. But afterwards, he kind of collapsed in front of Lindell and everything, and Lindell helped nurse him back to health and brought him to his master, whose name I cannot think of at the moment. She seemed cool, though. Not as eccentric as he kind of painted her to be. The way he spoke about her made it sound like she was going to be this weird, eccentric type of person. And she had a little bit of that to her, but I don't know. I felt like he was over-exaggerating a bit. I think it's maybe just because her lifestyle and beliefs and everything are so vastly different than his that he sees her that way. From like someone like myself, I don't see her as being super eccentric. She just doesn't come off that way to me. So yeah, it's a matter of perspective, basically. So we find out, is the one who gave Lindell his name. Before that, he apparently didn't have one. I guess he was like just kind of... they said something about it. I don't remember what it was. He wasn't a slave, right? It wasn't a slave or anything. It's just he was kind of in a position where he didn't have a name, and she took him under her wing and gave him a name, gave him an identity, gave him just everything pretty much. So we also find out that Elias apparently has human in him in some way, shape, or form. He has at least partial amounts of human to him, but also a lot of fae as well. So it's like he's some kind of crossbreed almost. The idea was brought up that he could have been like a human who experimented with like dark magic, which is very possible. I could completely buy into that. I did always wonder, like, what Elias was. I always wondered, is he a fae? Is he some kind of monster? Like, what is he? I've always wondered that, and we didn't quite get an answer, but we got the building up to that. We got some hints towards an answer in this episode. Well, these episodes, mostly episode 10, but so I really appreciate that. And yeah, the second one, in the second episode, we also saw Chise get to look at this sea creature, and it kind of glanced over it at the end, though. It's like, she's like, oh, I saw something amazing, and then it just kind of moves on. I think that's going to be important later on. I don't know in what way, but it is, for sure. We also met a Selkie. I don't remember her name, but she's freaking adorable. Let's be honest here. You can't look at her and not think she's adorable. She was fun. She didn't have, like, a huge role. She was definitely, like, minor supporting cast, but she had a role, at least. We saw the Dragonkin again, which was fun. And yeah, there was a lot about getting Chise's next stage in her training started by carving out her wand. We learned that wands are built with the core from, you know, like hair and stuff like that, which is really interesting to know. And like I said during the reaction, it kind of goes in with, like, Harry Potter stuff. Like, in the Harry Potter universe, like, you can have a wand with, like, a unicorn hair core, a phoenix feather core, stuff like that. You can actually get a wand by going on to, oh my gosh, the name is escaping me, Pottermore. The Pottermore website, you can get a wand, you get sorted into your Hogwarts and Ilvermorny houses, you get a Patronus, all of that jazz. I don't remember what my wand is. I don't, like, usually look at it that often. It's just something I do for fun. I did for fun because I'm a big Harry Potter fan. I'm actually curious now, just because it does have some kind of relevance to these episodes. These episodes, speaking of, also had some really big, just great animation and stuff in them. They were really, like, beautiful. I kind of forget how, like, well drawn and animated this show is sometimes. So, okay, let's see here. Yes, okay, so my wand is beechwood with a unicorn hair core, 10 and 3/4 inches, and unbending flexibility. So, yeah. But there's all kinds of other wands and stuff as well. So it's really cool, that kind of thing. Hold on a second here. Oh. Second. Okay. I just noticed I hadn't logged on to Pottermore since well before I came out as trans, so it still said Conan Royal on there. So I just had to quickly change it to Connie. But yeah, so these episodes gave us some hints into the future. We're definitely going to start finding out a lot more about Elias. And one big question I do still have. Did he find out anything about his past? I mean, other than the fact that apparently he believes he used to eat humans. Which is not surprising at all, to be honest. Had he ever found out information about his past? I'm genuinely curious. Also, did we get a time frame for when that flashback happened? Like, how long ago was that? Was it said? Because if it was, I'm either just completely forgetting about it, or I was talking or something and didn't notice. I'm really curious because that'll give a frame of reference for like how much he might have been able to find out. I mean, we know the Elias of current day is an extremely powerful and well-read mage. He knows his stuff. And while it showed that he's a quick learner, I think it would have to have at least been a long time. And considering we know how long both of them can live, I could say that it could have been hundreds of years. But again, I might have just missed something. It's possible. Knowing me, it's definitely possible. And here's the thing. You guys know, as a reactor, I'm reacting as I'm watching. I'm not just watching. When I watch a show on my own, I'm able to take in things a lot easier and a lot more fully. When I'm actually reacting, I'm actually, like, physically and mentally trying to say things. Usually when I watch stuff, I don't actually talk that often. I might say something, like, to myself or just, like, mention something, like, just randomly out loud. But usually I'm actually pretty quiet. I mean, unless I'm, like, laughing or something or whatnot. But when I'm reacting, I have to, like, actually, like, legitimately, like I said, try. I have to put in effort to react, to say things, to point things out, or just share my thoughts on something that's going on. And as such, it's not only possible, but it's almost guaranteed that there are going to be things I'm going to miss on my first watch through. It's happened with a lot of different shows, a lot of different reactions I've done at this point. You guys have pointed out, oh, you missed this. Oh, you didn't see this thing, or you didn't hear this thing, or, oh, what are you talking about? They said this, and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, okay. And maybe on a second rewatch, I might have noticed that. And with a lot of these, like, especially with, like, MLP, I definitely notice things on a second watch that I didn't notice the first time. MLP is a big one for that. My Hero, I've even noticed stuff like that as well. I haven't really watched Ancient Magus a lot outside of my reactions. I've watched a little bit of Semblance of Sanity's reactions, but I've been trying to hold back on that because obviously I want to not surpass where I'm at. But yeah, you get the point. Either way, these episodes were both great. I'm glad to finally be back into this. I can't believe just how beautiful this show can truly be. Like, the art style and animation is just so phenomenally done. No joke. And the voice acting is phenomenal. And obviously I have nothing against the Japanese voices. I mean, the OVAs were in Japanese, so I had nothing against them there. It's like, but I really just love the English voices for all of these characters. Todd Haberkorn as Lindell. I mean, it's Todd freaking Haberkorn. He's brilliant at practically anything he does. I've been watching the Normies' reactions to Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, which I just recently caught up on. And they just, in one of their most recent ones, they started to get introduced to Ling, voiced by Todd Haberkorn. And Ling is my favorite character of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, of course. So it's just like, and it's just like, his voice acting for Ling is phenomenally done. And, I mean, even the stuff I've heard for Natsu from Fairy Tail, even though I'm not a fan of the series, the stuff I've heard for him voicing Natsu has been great. And this, of course, is another great example. Adamai from Wakfu Season 3. He's just a phenomenal voice actor. And one of the ones I'm really happy I got to meet at last year's Youmacon. He's a great guy, by the way. Really, really friendly and really just funny, too. But yeah. Anyways. I just love the voice actors for all the characters. For Elias, for Chise. Just everyone, really. We also got a hint in this episode, though, before I finish this off. We did get a hint that something is going to be happening. That little bird that came to deliver this message to Elias, something is definitely going to be happening within the coming episodes. So I'm interested to see where that goes. Also, I just love how adorable it is that Elias is so, like, out of place with Chise gone now. He loves her so much at this point, and he legitimately does. I do legitimately believe he does. I do not think he's using her or anything. I believe he loves her, and by the fact that he feels like it's the house and everything is so cold without her in it, like she's a light and a fire in his life. That's beautiful. Yeah, I really, really can't wait to see where this goes. So once again, as I said in the pre-thoughts, next Friday I am doing the 12-hour mega stream. So since I will be streaming here on the channel, and I implore you to check that out, from 12 hours from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I will not be able to record anything at all next Friday. I will try to record Ancient Magus reactions beforehand, and just so like they get up on Friday, but no promises on that. I cannot promise that because I don't know if I'll have the time or just the motivation to do so. I would have to record it and edit it on Thursday, which it's not always easy to do. But yeah, I will definitely try because I do want to continue to watch this. Especially after having been taking a 2-month break, and for the past couple weeks saying I was going to get back into it and not having done so. I definitely want to do so. So yeah, tell me in the comments below though what you thought of these 2 episodes of the Ancient Magus Bride. What did you think of the little bit of backstory we got for Elias and Lindell? And what do you think with what we've got for Chise's wand so far? And just all the other stuff that happened. Tell me your thoughts on all of that and more in the comments below. And thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie Royal and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.
And don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today. And though you've come through many obstacles,